Jesus both said it and did it, didn't he? I come among you as one who serves. And then, just before he instituted the Eucharist, he knelt down and washed the feet of his disciples. Then he stood up and said, what I've done for you, you need to go and do for one another. And you know, I've got a little story from last Wednesday that happened for me. I'd gone to Mass in Newtown as usual on a Wednesday, and it was a frightful day here, howling winds, driving rain, it was just atrocious. And a Polynesian woman came in, soaking wet, poor thing, and the rain had got right into her shoes, her socks were soaking wet, and I had dry feet. So I sat down and said, well, you can have my socks, I can't give you my shoes, because her feet were twice the size of mine, but I said, you can have my socks. Well, she was both embarrassed and delighted, and it was great for me to be able to do that little gesture. So I went home without any socks, and I said, I don't want them back, they were only sockettes. It was a nice thing to do, wasn't it? It was unexpected. I do a lot of helpful things, but it was great to be able to do some little thing that was unexpected. Gave me more pleasure, I think, than it did her. So we're talking about that sense of service. And I believe at this time of the year it's good for us to ponder that. To ponder the quality of leadership and what a leader is, that quality that is also service. And I want to read you a lovely story from Anthony de Mello. It says it all. It intrigued the congregation to see their rabbi disappear each week on the eve of the Sabbath. They suspected he was secretly meeting the Almighty, so they deputed one of their number to follow him. This is what the man saw. The rabbi distinguished himself in peasant clothes and served a paralyzed Gentile woman in her cottage. He cleaned out the room and prepared a Sabbath meal for her. When the spy got back to the congregation, they asked, where did the rabbi go? Did he ascend to heaven? No, the man replied. He went even higher. It's a wonderful story, isn't it? A rabbi serving a Gentile woman. Isn't that fabulous? Mind you, we've got our own at the moment. Our own Pope Francis is doing precisely that. He's a servant leader, and we rejoice in that. My friends, I think this is a good time for all of us, myself included, to sit down and make a little inventory. I think the word is inventory actually, but it doesn't matter. of our servanthood that makes us leaders. It would be a really good thing to do that, especially as in May we're coming up to Mother's Month, and mothers, all mothers worldwide, are servant leaders, par excellence. So I'll leave you with those few thoughts. I hope life's going well for you. God bless, and we'll talk again soon.